Hello and welcome to C1TV News. I'm Matt Ehrman reporting. Today is May 5th, 2015. On this edition of C1TV News, we take a look at the Fostoria Fire Department and some of the community programs they have rolled out that could save you from disaster.
Warren Digby from Fostoria, Ohio. I'm a captain here at Fostoria Fire Department and president of the Firefighters Union, which is IAFF Local 325.
What are some of the most common mistakes a homeowner can make when it comes to preventing fires?
One of the biggest things is not having smoke detectors or not replacing the batteries in smoke detectors, leaving food unattended on stoves, and using unapproved electrical and heating equipment in their homes. Like I said, one of the common mistakes or things around town is people either don't have smoke detectors or they don't replace them when they go bad, or everybody's guilty of burning something in their kitchen and taking a battery out and it doesn't get put back. We try to, when we see people in a home that don't have smoke detectors, we run a smoke detector program here for residents of our community. They can come up, no questions asked, get smoke detectors from us. And they come with batteries installed into their home. And to take that one step further, we have smoke detector systems for people with hearing impairments, whether it be they were born deaf or elderly that have issues hearing. And this was brought about from the fire that we had last May, where we had 2 fatalities. The residents of that resident, they were deaf and they didn't have smoke detectors. So we have devices that we can get for people with hearing impairments, and we have regular smoke detectors for just everybody else. We recommend, at a minimum, 1 on every floor of your house. Best case scenario, 1 in every room of your house. But we know a lot of people, that's, if you have a house with 10 rooms, that's a lot of smoke detectors. So we recommend at a minimum 1 on every level of the house, including your basement and your attic. We get donations from businesses, citizens. We have a community fund in our union that we use to buy the smoke detectors. And we also use that money for our Codes for Kids program that we run during the winter time. And what we do with that is we go to the schools, because the teachers at the schools, they're the ones that see the kids that need coats. So we'll send a letter out to the teachers in the schools saying, hey, any kid you see that need coats, give us names and sizes, and we take them coats that way. That way we don't have an influx of having to go out and just buy a whole bunch of coats and not end up giving them all away. We buy them as needed. That way it's the best use of our money and resources for projects.
And they can send their donations just right here to the fire department?
Yeah, if they want to make a donation to our community fund for the Codes for Kids or the smoke detector program, they can bring up cash or check. If they write a check, make it out to Fostoria Firefighters Local 325, and it goes into our union account, and that's all it gets spent on is the community's funds.
Cool. Awesome. Fostoria Fire Department also has a new initiative called the Locked Out Program. This is proving to be both beneficial and economically helpful to the homeowner or resident.
My name is Robert Payne. I'm here from Fostoria, Ohio, and Fostoria Fire Department, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Locked Out program we developed. Basically what this is a program for people with mobility problems, anyone that has trouble moving around their house. They can call in and request one of these lock boxes. Basically what we do is go out, get their keys, put them in this lock box and put it on their house. And what it's used for is a lot of different residents we'd have to go and they would just have a simple fall or non-emergency call where they just needed help back up. And in the past we would just have to break their door down just to get them up onto the chair, and then they were fine. So it's really costly to the resident. So we developed this, so we just come in, use the key, get in and get them back up, and then relock their house. And other benefits are we keep all their medications on file and any other pertinent medical history they have. So in case there is a real emergency, we're prepared for that situation.
And how does a resident get on that list?
Just call in here to the fire department's 419-435-3206. Just tell us your name and the issues that you have, and then we're going to put you on the list. And then there it is.
Finally, on this edition of C1TV News, meet Fostoria's newest fire chief, Ken Chapman. A Michigan native, Ken tells us how he got started in fighting fires and what brought him to Fostoria.
So I'm originally from the state up north. I spent the last 27 years of my life in the fire service. Most of my career was spent with the City of Wayne Fire Department, which is a very similar community to the city of Fostoria, just outside of Detroit, Michigan. We had a population of 18,000, 6.6 square miles, a good mix of industry, residential properties, commercial properties. It's pretty much a carbon copy of the city of Fostoria.
Why be a firefighter? What got you started in this career?
Actually, I was going to school to become an engineer. I received a scholarship from a college up in Michigan. Over the summer after graduating high school, before I started college, I decided I was going to run a paid-on-call fire department in Michigan. I was lucky enough to get hired there. The first day I went for a meeting, we had a boat fire on a main road. Yes, I said a boat fire, not a car fire, but a boat fire. A boat fire, or a boat caught fire. I responded out with the guys, and I was kind of hooked from that point on. You always hear people say it's a calling, it's not a job. It truly was a calling. I responded there. I felt the adrenaline rush. I thought, I could really do this. I can't imagine myself sitting behind a desk. So I continued with Romulus. Upset my mom and dad a little bit because I wasn't going to be an engineer. I was going to be a fireman. A month after I hired on in Romulus in 1987, July of 87, in August of 87, Flight 255 crashed. Metro Airport sat right in the center of our community. Pretty traumatic experience, especially for an 18-year-old kid. I figured if I could survive the trauma of that, with a few sleepless nights, but if I could survive that trauma, I could do this job. There wasn't many I could help. We saved one person from that airplane crash, but I knew that's what I wanted to do for my life. I wanted to help people. I wanted to be there in their time of need, and that point on, there was no question what I was going to do for my life.
So what is the hardest part about being a firefighter in general?
Hardest part about being a firefighter is not, look, we see a lot of the worst times in people's lives. Heart attacks, strokes, car accidents, shootings, house fires where they're losing their property, maybe losing a family member, heaven forbid. You have to take yourself out of that situation. You're there to help. You do everything you absolutely can to try and minimize the damage, save someone's life, but you can't dwell on that when you get back to the station. You may drive by a fire scene or an accident scene, and you might see the guys laughing. They're not laughing about the accident scene. That's the only way that you can keep yourself from going crazy. Keep yourself from reverting to some sort of a substance to help you survive and cope with the kind of stuff that we see. If we didn't have the brotherhood, the family atmosphere that you have in the fire service, it would take a lot worse toll on the people that are out there doing the job.